calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. I love numbers. Like 100, as in 100%, as in TaxSlayer's 100% accuracy, guaranteed. And 0, as in $0, as in it costs $0 to file and get the refund. TaxSlayer is simply free, if you qualify. Simply Free is available for a limited number of tax types, age, income, credit, and deduction restrictions. See TaxSlayer.com for eligibility. TaxSlayer, file fearlessly.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Tank Series.
That's not good. Missed XP. Took a lot of damage.
Collect all four designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Go to Bond 2026 and Bush Budweiser Lager Beer Safety.
That sucks. I took so much free damage. I was not paying attention. This is very sad. That's bad. Wow. Almost dead. Yeah, just take the secure kill. Oh, almost done. Oh. Wow. could have lived that probably a little bit better at the game. Yeah, it's getting warmer here. Yeah, it's like 50. It's like approaching 50 degrees here, and it's getting a little bit hot. Surprisingly. Yeah. Florida's way too hot. Florida should not be 80 degrees right now. That is ridiculous. I'll be. No, not really. Okay.
Just come and try my drugs. Should've known that I'm the plug. We had the after hours late night. Know you wanna have some fun. Now it's time for everything we came.
Oh, we don't have any. You can take it from my clothes. Yeah, you can take it from mine, I guess. Sorry.
Your team has destroyed a turret. destroyed.
The tiger and I struck. Claws cut deep. Our souls. We die, we are reborn.
An enemy has been slain.
Our spirits have
An
trusted
ally
in
has
the
been
same.
slain.
Choi and Komatsu now and check out the floral department for money, gorgeous and more.
Why did Kai'Sa get so fed?
Find good fortune and flavors through the
I felt like we were
24
winning.
at Whole Foods Market.
Kai'Sa just outputs way more damage than me in team fights. Because I can't walk up without getting killed. Nah, people let myself get caught out there. I should have canceled this TP. That's the next best thing, I guess. I wasted my ghost. No way they're actually going full AP. They did no damage to me. That MR makes a big difference. Okay, never mind. Oops. Mechanic Rukern is really strong. It's a lot of health. No, that's so lame. I canceled my stun. That's so lame. Are you napping, Bebs? Mr. Beast released a new video 5 hours ago. I built 10 schools around the world.
Why are you getting powerful erections even after taking an ED medication? It comes down to how arousal really works. Stimulation starts in the brain, where signals are sent through the nervous system, triggering the release of nitric oxide. That relaxes blood vessels.
Okay, so
Mordekaiser passage.
Conflict feeds the Freljord.
Increases percent max HP after 1920. I have a feeling we might need to like do a pass on some of like the roster in regards to levels 19 and 20. I think there's a lot of characters. For those of you who don't know, like the way character level scaling works for a number of spells is the designer will define a start and an end point. So it'll be like, oh, you need to go from here to here, from level 1 to 18. And a lot of times, if you don't explicitly state, oh, and then keep scaling past 18, it won't. And a note there is just like, most champions weren't designed ever thinking about a character being able to go past 18. So there's a lot of characters who just never really considered levels 19 and 20, which means some mechanics are just tuned to go 1 to 18. And I think there's probably a worthwhile like sweep, like, well, hey, if characters can get to 19 and 20, like maybe they should have some tuning there as well.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Regret chases like that, but I cannot look back.
Minions have spawned.
talk about the market today, given there's been some critical events that happened throughout the week. Also, I wanted to talk a bit more about Kevin and Warsh, as I feel like the narratives between Trump, Bassett, and Warsh is kind of forming towards a certain direction, and I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so before I head into the market update, I wanted to show you guys an action figure I bought very recently. So it's this thing right here. So some of you might recognize this, but this guy is Rengoku Kyojuro from the animation TV series Demon Slayer. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this TV series, but I gotta tell you, it's one of my favorite TV shows and movies of all time. And I'm not just speaking in the realm of animation, but all TV series and all movies combined. I mean, I already told you guys that I watch a lot of TV series, and all I did during my investment banking days was drink whiskey and watch TV series. But this one is really on another level. Anyways, so I bought this one very recently, as this guy is my favorite character in the show. And I think this action figure comes from one of my favorite scenes, where this guy fights a demon named Apasa. Anyways, for those of you who haven't watched the TV series yet, try it out. You may or may not like it, but I think it's worth a try. And I'm diehard waiting for the next movie to come out, and I think it'll take years. But anyways, I'm waiting for it. Okay, so I'll just leave this here and get to the point.
Think Verizon is expensive? Think again. Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. So bring us your bill. Walk in, run in, pogo stick in, teleport if you can.
Okay, so in terms of the macro data, there weren't that much big shift in recent weeks. To go over the latest key data that were released, CPI on a year-over-year basis was at 2.4% versus 2.5% forecast versus 2.7% last period. Core CPI on a month-over-month basis was at 0.3% versus 0.3% forecast versus 0.2% last period. Initial jobless claims was at 206,000 versus 223,000 forecast versus 229,000 last period. S&P Global Manufacturing PMI was at 51.2 versus 52.4 forecast versus 52.4 last period. S&P Global Services PMI was at 52.3 versus 53 forecast versus 52.7 last period. Okay, so the implications from the data was simple. CPI has come down a bit, but job market is still balanced with initial jobless claims just over 200,000. Manufacturing activities are still okay with PMI at 51.2. So the market was somewhat kind of stalled in the past week or so. Okay, but I want to talk about two things today though. The first topic I wanted to discuss is on the tariff. So on February 20th, the Supreme Court delivered a catastrophic 6-3 rejection ruling against President Trump's tariff measures. So what happened was this. To implement his tariff plans, Trump based his tariff actions on a thing called International Emergency Economic Powers of 1977, which is short for IEEPA. Using that as the basis, Trump imposed the Liberation Day tariff, with the numbers seemingly had no limits. Now, this IEEPA is a law that was designed to let the president freeze the financial assets of foreign adversaries during a national emergency situation. Think of the likes of terrorists or rogue states. But what Trump was trying to do was to weaponize it by declaring that the US trade deficit is a national emergency. The ruling was simple. The court basically said that the law vests the power of taxation exclusively to the Congress. Tariffs are taxes, so the president cannot unilaterally invent an emergency to bypass the Congress. Now, because of the ruling, the US government is now legally obligated to refund the tariffs it had collected in the past year. The quantum of the refund can go as high as roughly 133 billion to 160 billion. This ruling also basically wipes out almost 75% of the Trump administration's projected new tariff revenue. The problem is, the logistics of refunding the money is quite complicated, and who actually gets the money after all the goods being sold is a serious question. Who should get the refund? Is it the nations who exported the goods? The importers within the US who got the goods from other nations? The customers who already paid the increased price reflecting the tariff? So the bottom line is, there's a lot of complications. Now, while all of that was ongoing, Trump held a press conference saying that he'll now use the Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974. Now, this Section 122 focuses more on a large and serious United States balance of payment deficit. And based on that Trade Act, the president can basically announce tariffs up to 15% without any advance review. Trump announced that he'll impose a 10% global tariff instead of 15%, which leaves him a 5% buffer. Now, this Section 122 is only valid for a maximum of 150 days, so Trump is probably going to use the Section 122 as a bridge to keep the revenue flowing for the time being. In addition to the announcement, Trump also criticized the ruling, saying things like, "The 6 justices who ruled against us should be ashamed of themselves. They're full and lapdogs. They're very unpatriotic and disloyal to our constitution. Frankly, they're a disgrace to our nation. They were swayed by foreign interests. The foreign countries that have been ripping us off for years are ecstatic. They're dancing in the streets, but they won't be dancing for that long, I can assure you." Now, I find these quotes very funny and entertaining. Anyways, so to give you my view on it, I think we need to see how things pan out, but 2 things are clear. Number 1, we should not confuse the rejection ruling as something which will remove the tariff. Trump has other weapons which he can leverage and is already starting to leverage. Number 2, therefore, we should not take this as a sign of inflation cooling down in the near term. As I've been saying all the time, tariff measures take at least 6 to 12 months to be reflected in the inflation data, and this shift will also take a long time until we actually see it in numbers. Okay, the next thing I wanted to discuss is Kevin Walsh. Okay, so we talked a bit about Walsh here and there, but let's talk a bit more about him. As I mentioned in my previous videos, the media has been saying that the market panicked because Walsh seemed to be a hawkish guy. I told you that is probably not the case, and it was more due to the fact that the market was somewhat overvalued and was looking for excuses to correct. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is the recent sentiments around Trump, Besant, and Walsh. So I just wanted to make a few things clear about Kevin Walsh being a hawkish chair. As I explained previously, Kevin Walsh was the Fed governor from 2006 to 2011. Now, during the period, Kevin Walsh was a highly influential member of the Federal Reserve Board, and he opined on a lot of critical matters. Now, based on how he acted during those periods, we can get a sense of what kind of person he is. The fact is, when the Fed decided to conduct its first QE in early 2009, Walsh actually agreed on the plan. He voted for the first round of the QE because of one thing and one thing only. He's a pragmatic guy. He wants to prevent any systematic crash from happening. That's why he voted for the QE. The global banking system was experiencing a soon-to-collapse situation, and it was the only option to prevent that from happening. Now, in 2010, the immediate crisis was over, but the unemployment rate was still high. And certain overseas crises were happening, including noises in Greece. The Fed decided to conduct a second round of QE in 2010, but this time, Warsh was furious. He publicly expressed his frustration over expanding the Fed balance sheet with no immediate risk, but in the end, he voted yes as well to the QE, purely out of institutional loyalty to Bernanke. After all, as we witnessed very recently, a divided Fed doesn't send a good signal to the market. Being unanimous and going with the majority vote is far better than showing a divided sentiment, as it may send a wrong signal to the market and end up achieving nothing. That's why he voted yes. But later, Warsh explicitly attacked the Fed's actions, saying that it was a reverse Robin Hood scheme that artificially inflates asset prices for the wealthy while doing nothing to solve structural economic problems. And he also resigned from the board shortly after. Now, based on what I told you, do you think Kevin Warsh is a hawkish guy? No, he's just a pragmatic guy who cares about controlling the Federal Reserve balance sheet when he sees it being fit. Okay, now the past is the past, but based on his recent actions, let's try to interpret what he's thinking. In recent interviews, Warsh specifically noted that the AI boom has triggered a massive leap in corporate productivity, and this will lead to a disinflationary tailwind. He believes that this disinflationary pressure will allow the Fed to lower the rate to a neutral state, i.e. around 2% level. Basically, Warsh is saying that lowering the rates is not a problem given where the economic activities are heading. He's not being doggish here, but he's trying to think logically based on how he views the world. Okay, now, having said that, something happened very recently. Around a month ago, Trump and Bassan recently announced that they'll use massive cash reserves to purchase $200 billion of MBS from the open market. Now, MBS is a long-term security, and purchasing it in a large quantum will result in lowered interest rate, which is what Trump wants. Now,
Grainger knows that if you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now, do they say that this is a QE? No, they don't say that this is a QE for two reasons. Number one, it is not the Treasury or the government which will purchase the securities, it is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And number two, this action does not impact the Federal Reserve's balance sheet in any way, which basically is not a direct QE. But the outcome is still the same. Money injection into the system to lower the interest rate. So basically, Trump is achieving two things without the Fed. Number one, lowered interest rate. Number two, more liquidity in the system to juice the stock price and the housing market. Now this is pretty simple stuff, but here's what we have to make some assumptions. What do you think Warsh is thinking after seeing this? Okay, to give you my views, I think Warsh probably loves what Trump and Bassan are doing. Basically, Warsh is a guy who is super against manipulating the Federal Reserve balance sheet. Trump and Bassan are basically maneuvering the market conditions without any interventions from the Fed, and therefore, Warsh can maintain his dignity and perception from the public as a pragmatic Fed chair. I believe that the only thing Warsh is worried about is the inflation, which may be impacted because of the low interest rate, the tariff, and additional liquidity. But based on his logic, the inflation will cool down with the AI-driven efficiency maximization. Okay, now, from my perspective, I think Trump, Bassan, and Warsh are moving in locksteps already. Trump and Bassan probably told Warsh that the president and the Treasury will do their thing, so the Fed should not care. Warsh is probably telling Trump and Bassan that, okay, you do you, but I'm going to do my thing. If push comes to shove, I'll have to raise the rates, but we all know that's not going to happen given the AI boom. That's probably the conversation that they're having right now. But let's be honest, if Trump's 10% global tariff and Bassan's $200 billion of MBS housing pump causes inflation to rip higher, Warsh will hike rates. He cares about his historical legacy and sound money far more than he cares about the Treasury's agenda. Okay, so I gave a lot of speculations and my own personal thoughts today, but the message I'm trying to give you guys is that it is too early to tell how the Fed will pivot after Warsh comes in. If I had to speculate, I'll bet on the Fed kind of playing along with Trump and the Treasury and not taking much meaningful actions, i.e. no QE and slow rate cuts unless a meaningful inflation happens. Now, given all the uncertainties, I just wanted to note that the FOMC meeting in the summer of 2026 after stepping in will be a super important proxy for the world economy. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back with more videos very soon.
Foods Market, your Lunar New Year headquarters, full of Asian-inspired ingredients to celebrate deliciously. You'll find it all from centerpiece mains to plants that make for excellent gifts. Find sales on whole fish and shrimp, and enjoy savings on seasoned ground pork. Perfect for consumption. Bring the joy and beauty of the New Year to your home with orchids, jade plants, money trees, and more. Or help spread it by giving them as gifts. Celebrate Lunar New Year at Whole Foods Market.
I want
Dang, not good. This game's over. For sure. Dude, no one. Who's gonna carry? I wish. I really wish. Dude, my Yumi's done. Look, he's actually just left. Completely. He's just been top to hang out with Fiora. Just fine. Like, we were winning. And then I had an all-in when I was level 5 and Jinx was level 6. Which was fine because she mispositioned. And then when Jinx threw her rocket, I dodged it. And then Yumi dismounted and blew it up, and we both died because of that. Literally just that one play got lost us the lane. Because then she got a double, and then Echo ganked, and then when Echo ganked, he revealed himself right here, and they saw he was coming. Even though we just cleared the wards, he decided to walk out of the bush, and then he got killed. Which gave Jinx the reset, and then Jinx just killed people again. I don't know, I'm just really tilted. Like, I guess I just don't care enough to try to lift the GP. I wanna cry. Rip win streak, yeah. We were doing great. You know, she completely threw my lane. Dude's playing RuneScape right now. Like, actually playing RuneScape. I'm dead. Dude, I'm so tilted. He solo lost me my win streak. The game started off well too. We started off with 2 kills. Because they invaded and we killed both of them with 0 deaths, so it started well. And then, yeah, Echo tower dove and died, and Jinx got the reset because of that. So she just got way too fed. Whatever. And I guess they're full AD. There's still that hope right there. Go Randuin's, Frozen Heart. Is he weak? Damn. I thought I got pretty good at the barrel gangplank. Turns out I did not. I did. Jinx is gonna rocket me. Yep. Thought I would be able to have the reaction time to stop it. I guess I can just cry more, but what's that gonna do, you know? Just hope this cannot get carried. I'm just gonna go Randuin's. I'm honestly just gonna get a nice Vow. Yeah, I'm gonna get a nice Vow for Fiora. I'll delegate my role down to support. J1 Easy. I remember that name. Nice. Wow, Echo. Damn.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with
Damn, we didn't get Dragon either? Oh, we did. So we're just that behind. That's not good.
And now, smart security to help protect what you Amazon.com.
A Knight's Vow and a Death Stance on Fiora would actually go kind of crazy. Can I get this as well and give that to Fiora so she gets 2 Q assists? And then Fiora already has a built-in W and Yumi has one. Support max the Fiora. That was such a stupid call. That was such a stupid call. I don't know why I followed up on that. I want to flame so badly. This is such a bad game. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have opened my big fucking mouth about the win streak. Nah, that's not done for. Ouch. Wow, she's so fucking fast. Hmm. 12% of the damage they take given to me. Wow. Wow, that juice is so fed. I'm gonna cry. That's it.
Sword, tranquility is death. In Ionia, it is life.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Minions have spawned.
To walk with the spirits is to adapt to their needs. Silence is a gift. No. The failure is a voice, the world a chorus. We heal and we try.
Because, don't know. Thanks for asking though, Bevs. You make me wonder the questions of life.
Conflict feeds the failure.
There are many ways to do your taxes with H&R Block. Come to the office and I'll do them. Or stay home and I'll still do them. Which means there is no escape. You can run, you can hide, but I will file you. Unless you do it yourself online. You'll know I'm there, waiting, in case you need help.
In the failure,
File your way with
tranquility
H&R
is
Block.
death.
In person
In
or virtual
Ionia,
with the Tax
it
Pro
is
or
life.
yourself online with expert help when you need it. Switch at hrblock.com.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Corporate event, team lunch,
Minions
or
have
big
spawned.
sports watch party. Whatever you're hosting, Sweet Green Catering brings the bowl everyone gathers for. Meet the buffet-style
Your
Sweet Green
thoughts are
bar,
too
made
loud.
for crowds, customization, and easy sharing. Because when the food's this good, people actually show up. Order now at sweetgreen.com/catering.
I call Ancestors of the First Lands, walk beside me. Focus. A necessary sacrifice. Regret chases like a shadow, but I cannot look back.
Minions have spawned.
I have no pride, no hope. No. In the Freljord,
Minions have spawned.
tranquility is death. In Ionia, it is life. Let us spawn. Fall like leaves on the vine. Spirits of Ionia, ancestors of the First Lands, walk beside me. No time for talk.
Minions have spawned.
Names hold power. Many spirits have trusted me with theirs. The phoenix rises from the ashes.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026 and Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Budweiser Savings Design.
Midsummer
Making an
Strike.
app for Spotify is easy. You just write a script, take background music, then let us create your ad for free in as little as 48 hours.
Minions have spawned.
Raises the shell. Your sacrifice. In the Freljord, tranquility is death. In Ionia, it is life.
Minions have spawned.
Self-mastery is power.
Oh hey, what's up? I'll read that in a second. I'm 1v1ing this Riven to practice because level 1 Udyr apparently early game Udyr apparently shits on Riven, but the moment Riven gets a brutalizer, apparently she shits on me. Wow.
Every move you made, I was watching you.
We are made whole again.
I will read your thing very soon, I promise. Oh dang, but what if you go Q-Max Riven? How does Udyr beat Riven? Oh, you guys are watching me! Wait, where's my minions? There we go. Okay, like this. This is how they do it. Yeah, I've always felt that, like, even when I beat Rivens, once they get like an item, they always just destroy me. Sorry, Bebs. I'll stop talking. Yeah. My girlfriend's sleeping, so I woke her up. She's on the couch behind me. But this guy are fun friends. Honestly, we might just do it together. Yeah, yeah. Well, this is how it is. I can make myself louder like that. I don't know if that's too loud. Hope not. That's okay. Welcome to the ASMR League stream. Yes, sir. Mr. Nuclear Pumpkin. Wait a second. I kind of want to play with you. Your Emerald Orbital? It's kind of low. I have Zoe support.
Quick pause, something useful. TikTok is full of free cooking tips, fast recipes, smart kitchen tricks, easy meals. No classes, no cost. Just quick videos. Download TikTok now.
Hey, Mappy, take me to the dentist.
Starting route. Heavy rain reported.
No worries. I installed some new advanced Bosch wiper blades.
Advanced?
Well, their rubber technology keeps my windshield streak-free and it's quiet.
Engaging quiet mode.
Wait, what?
Maybe your advanced wiper blades will calculate the quickest route to the dentist.
Come on, Mappy, you're advanced too.
Starting safest route.
Drive with technology designed for the road ahead. Bosch wiper blades.
With Premium, you get to focus on the music. Explore a vast catalog of millions of songs without hearing ads. Or download your playlist to listen to them anywhere. You can also play your favorite songs in any order, with the freedom to skip forward and backward as much as you'd like. Your audio,
Oops.
your control. Tap the banner to learn more.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Musderp is ooh. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he is. He's added me on this guy. Okay. Then Mr. Nuclear Pumpkin is that guy. I'll move you to fun friends. Now that I know who you are. You didn't move. Whatever. Alright. We can play together later. I'm gonna spend some time with my girlfriend. Have a nice one, guys. See you.